which is in the Saatchi Gallery, and they're going to do a show. The show's actually opening this summer.
What is it specifically about Karen's work that you're drawn to?
I think a blend of classical subject matter approached in a very vibrant new way. It's, they're a little classical, but they're also very modern, and her handling of paint I find interesting too. Just kind of the whole thing. They're immediately compelling.
It used to be that women were doing their aggressive painterly things, and the collectors would be like, oh, isn't that nice? Those women are painting over there. But I think that the collectors are starting to get more serious about collecting women's work too. There's a lot more visibility for women painters right now. I can think of lots of really great women painters working right now. That's what made a difference to me, I guess, is that I could seek out people that were doing really interesting things that I really admired and kind of connect with them, or try to connect with them. I was a guard at the Met, and I primarily worked in the European painting section, and I feel like that to me was completing my education as an artist, to spend 1 year just kind of spacing out to the paintings in the European painting section. And all of the suits of armor in the show are based on suits that are in the Met's collection. I was attracted to this because there is kind of a perversity to it, at least to me. You see this? He has this pretty serious looking cod piece on there. It looks like he's, don't you think that's?
You imagined that these things were functional, but maybe they were decorative.
See, this is what I wonder about. In choosing this particular suit, I wanted to do something that had the kind of the gender trappings of a queer female artist doing a painting of a suit of armor with this kind of cod piece kind of thing going on. I kind of said to myself that I want to bring out the queerness in the work more, in this body of work, and not hide it as much. So somehow this is how I arrived at some of this imagery. And basically the peacock kind of seems to represent, somebody suggested this, that it was like a dandy, or it's a kind of masculinity that's more more showy. Being a woman who's past 40 and kind of still having to address these things about how society feels about women as they age. Am I still going to be able to feel like an attractive person as I age? I mean, that's something that was kind of going on in my mind as I was working on these. And in a way, I feel with the battle armor stuff, it was kind of covering up your identity and kind of having something to kind of hide behind. I think one of the reasons I included them in the show is I wanted there to be a little bit more kind of naked kind of, I'm gonna say naked emotion. Revealing, because it's like everything that you work on in your studio for a year, you're pretty much by yourself all the time kind of confronting these ideas. And you can get kind of brave in those moments, but as soon as it goes public, it has a whole other feeling to it, but you feel vulnerable. But I think it's important. I think that people need to, I think that you can gain something by seeing an artist presenting vulnerability.